True News is sponsored by Surfshark, which is why he's using his phone on Surfshark. We're using this on Surfshark. If you want to do the same, sign up in the link in the description. Surfshark is fantastic. It can take you anywhere in the world. It's a great price, and it's probably something that you actually need if you're on the internet, especially in these times where some people will be targeting your identity online. There are people out there that want to hack you. There are people out there that want to get into your Amazon, your little Instagram account. I've had plenty of people message me on a weekly basis. They've been hacked. Horrible.
Horrible.
Horrible. Keep your identity private online. But not only that, if you want to get the American Netflix, they say everything's better in America, head over there with Surfshark. Boom. You've got the whole American Netflix to look at.
You're welcome.
You could be in Memphis. Could be anywhere.
Walking in Memphis.
Walking in Memphis.
Walking with my...
Oh!
Should I do the deal bit?
Yeah, do the deal bit.
83% off.
Whoa!
With 3 months extra for free.
Unbelievable! And a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't happy with it, sure, Surfshark could just give you your money back. But whatever.
There you go, have it back.
Yeah.
But you won't. You know why? Because nobody ever does. Because it's so damn good.
So good. Go and take a look at Surfshark right now. There's a link down there in the description. Use code Geordie and you'll get all of that offer as one bundle. Let us know what you think.
But for now, it's True News.
If I was to get back in the ring as a warm-up fight, just to get rid of the cobwebs, I fight Alex Wassabi. Fuck it, let me just go in, fuck him up.
YouTube boxing is unfortunately back.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It was a new law for YouTube boxing, and that really says something.
There was a lot of build-up to this fight, of course. Deji felt very confident, or at least he looked like he was very confident.
This is 2 defeats in a row now for Deji.
Don't ever box. Don't ever box again until you work on your confidence.
And this one was worse than the Jake. I really feel like everything I'm about to say could just
It's going to get clipped up again.
Just change 2 defeats in a row to 3.
Well, bitch.
You know, if you're the director, I get it. This is beautifully shot, really nicely done. You get him to go, look a bit meaner down the lens. You don't go, can you look sort of nervous and constipated for me on camera? Yeah, you've nailed it, mate.
Because I know Deji's mentality. He wants to prove the world wrong.
He wants to prove the world wrong, of course. The whole world was saying he can't possibly get any worse. Well, he proved the world wrong.
Is it bad to pile in on Deji?
It isn't bad when you charge so much money to watch a pay-per-view on the basis that you're going to turn up and be better than before, and you've had months and months to train for this. This is fair. We're not saying he's a bad person.
Not much.
We're not saying we hate the guy.
No.
We're saying he chatted absolute shit.
I did feel a bit cheated on the night, if I'm
I didn't, because I knew the whole time, and I told everyone.
Yes.
Alex Wassabi, didn't I? I said Alex Wasabi's winning this fight.
Yeah.
Because when someone's showing you who they are 2 times, you got to start believing them.
Fool me once, shame on you.
Absolutely.
Fool me 3 times.
You ain't gonna fool me again, boy.
Yeah.
Can't cheat boxing.
What does this do?
What's happened there with the water? Because you don't sweat in droplets like that. Is that water that he poured over his... over his own head?
They did that to me on a Gymshark shoot once. They give me a bit of a spray, and I'm like, to be honest, I just sort of sweat anyway, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Just give us 5.
Yeah, just let me do 2 press-ups.
You got any magazines?
Jeez.
Whoever edited that, you deserve a medal. You literally are the reason so many people parted with their money in the belief that Deji might turn up.
You're the biggest liar of them all. Well done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you want a job?
Yeah.
We are hiring.
Genuinely.
I mean, if you can make Deji look like a boxer, what can you make me look like?
A boxer.
That'll do.
Yeah. Who am I fighting next? Deji's taken so many punches, he now has early onset dementia.
Aww. Genuinely, right? Not bad at all, that. Where was that in the fight, Dej?
Mainly because people
You
don't just hold
literally
their face
aren't
there.
bad. But in the fight, the little pretty boy was chasing you down as you basically ran away from him. What the fuck happened there? This kid took shots from Jake Paul, who is probably the hardest hitter in the YouTube boxing thing, went at it with Vinny Hacker, took plenty of digs off of him, kept going, and yet against Alex, he didn't want it. After all the chat, that's what I'm frustrated. Losing is one thing. thing. But
Sure.
not even giving 100% when all these people have paid to see you and all these people have turned up to support you. I think that's why JJ made this video about how frustrated he was, is because he didn't even go out on your shield. Like, there is ability there, but fucking hell.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Deji.
He filmed this the day after the fight. Looks like he didn't even leave the house last night.
But that's it. Like, he barely took any real damage. And I get that that's like, but it's hit and don't get hit.
Right.
It's not don't get hit.
Unfortunately, I lost my last boxing fight. And I said that if I were to lose my last boxing fight, I'd never fight again. And I was serious about that.
Good. He was serious. No more boxing. Just cut the video there.
Done and done.
15 seconds. We're out.
The thing is, before I even carry on, I love boxing.
Oh, doing this again.
Boxing doesn't love you, Deji.
My current coach right now is Daly, the Daly Effect. I only got to experience Daly for 6 weeks, and it was barely even 6 weeks, because the first week was just me getting to know him.
Getting to know what we're doing over dinner. Listen, we're just getting to know each other here.
What's your star sign?
Yeah, I'm not a punch on the first session sort of guy. We should go on at least 3 sessions before you and I can move forward with this. Yeah. Whoa there! I see you putting on some pads.
And in those 3 weeks with Daly, he's not only just matured me as a person, but he's made me a better boxer already in 3 weeks. He's not just like a mentor to me, he's literally like a brother.
I'm not saying he can't like the guy after 3 weeks. I'm sure he's a lovely guy, great coach. I'm sure it's all good.
Got to know each other.
A brother? He rushes into this stuff. If I'm his actual brother, I'm like, the fuck is this like?
To be fair, there is
Do
a
you know how
reason.
much shit I've put up with having to carry your sorry ass on YouTube for the last fucking 5 to 10 years?
To be fair, maybe
and
that's
you're
what-
telling me this guy you've met for 3 weeks is like a brother to you.
Maybe that's what
the
Daly
fuck
said
is
to him.
this shit?
Maybe Daly went, listen, I also won't join you for Christmas. And he went, absolutely, you're like a brother to me. He went, do you want to come over for Christmas? He went, absolutely not. He went, you are just like JJ.
Oh my god.
So with all that being said, am I gonna box again? Or am I gonna hang up the towel?
Throw in the towel.
Hang up the
Hang up the
gloves.
gloves. Yeah. What I do is I've thrown in the gloves and I've hung up the towel. Goodbye, boxing.
I watched the fight back, and yeah, it looked sick. If you were to watch that, you can't even be like, that's a terrible effort.
I don't mean this in a nasty way for Deji, but like, it was a terrible effort. Like, he's giving himself credit for slipping punches, but that's so much easier to do when you're not throwing punches.
Right.
When all you're thinking about is defense, 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 it's a lot easier to get out the way, back off, run away, dip your head.
Ludicrous.
Because you're not actually committing and taking the risk of hitting the other guy, which then leaves you open to be punched.
You never hear an armadillo go, won that one.
Even against Vinny Hacker, when you were tired and fat and all of that, you went out there and threw and actually tried to win the fight. You didn't even try to win this fight. And people who know boxing know that's facts.
If my performance was lackluster and terrible yesterday, I would not have the support I'm having right now.
People are just giving him credit because he lost a bit of fucking weight.
Exactly.
People did not pay that money. What was it, $9.99 we paid on the
Yeah.
night? To see you come out looking a bit slimmer.
If I want to pay $9.99 a month to see people look slimmer, I'll join Weight Watchers, all right? I love
Why did
clapping
you point
Louise
it-
on a Thursday. No, I just went Weight Watchers over there. Not because you're fat.
I seen that.
Yeah. Note it then.
You guys had to show me that I've evolved, because I didn't even realize. I was going through my Instagram DMs. You guys are the real ones.
Is Freddie Roach in those DMs?
You were all telling me, don't quit. I see this as part of my legacy. I don't want to be someone who quits.
You know what the sad thing is he's saying he just want to be seen to be someone who quits. Let's be real, like, he quit in the Vinny Hacker fight. He didn't even get to a point where he needed to quit in this fight because he never actually put himself out there to be that badly hurt. He didn't actually give anywhere near his all in this fight.
Right.
My
I
opinion.
get that.
So I wanted him to prove us wrong. I wanted Deji to come out of his brother's shadow and to prove that he is more than just a guy who's dined out on his brother's talent.
But I want you to see me as an example. Yeah, I failed 3 times, but I'm not stopping. I'm coming back.
What I'm doing is I'm ignoring all the signs and signals that I should stop down this route. Let me be an example to you.
And I'm gonna get a victory. And you know for a fact I will.
There's no credibility in that now. You've literally fought multiple people in their first ever fight while you were gaining an experience and still couldn't beat any of them. No offense, but there was a lot of creators who came up with massive support for Deji after this fight, and I just feel like sometimes you got to be honest with people. We're 3 fights in now against, not very athletic athletic people.
They're very
You know what
average,
I mean? Like,
yeah, sure.
Outside of Jake Paul, the other two guys, very beatable.
That being said, yes, I'm gonna carry on boxing. I'm not gonna quit. I know a lot of you were happy with me saying that, and a lot of you were pissed being like retired, but I want to be an example for people.
Deji's brother KSI also made a video about the fight.
Here it is.
See my brother fight as well against Alex, that guy.
Part of the interest from this is that JJ has never liked Alex Wassabi. Having his brother lose to another one of his enemies.
You must-
Like,
'cause
Deji
you go-
keeps giving his enemies a win over him in a way.
Yeah,
you
because
know what I mean?
you come up and you go, Deji, you sure you're going to win this one?
Yeah.
I'm going to turn up to your fight. I'm going to be there. I'll be supportive of you. And then your piss is boiling
Yeah.
because your brother just went, soz about that, yeah.
First of all, let me talk about the event. The event was entertaining, but a mess at the same time. First of all, the guy who did the racist rant.
It was bad.
just the worst. Like, and it wasn't just that, man. We had like just really bad boxing throughout the night. But I mean, that's kind of what we love about YouTube boxing. But some of it was just like, I mean, someone nutted someone in the head.
Yeah. If I want to see someone nut on someone else, I know where I'm going. You know what I mean?
Ryan Taylor headbutted DK Money and got disqualified, rightly so. But for some reason, DK Money wasn't announced as the winner.
The funny thing is that DK Money fella, he kind of seemed to take a dive. He went down like in a delayed reaction, like a Premier League footballer. It was like, kind of don't know if this is genius or just mental.
Of course it's genius. He still gets the money and he doesn't have to fight.
Vitali got headbutted 3 times. Christian even admitted after the fight that he headbutted Vitali.
There it is. There's the thing that everyone went there for. You know what you were going to talk about? David Lorca's scarf.
This scarf stole the show.
The longest thing I've ever seen.
Some women get married. You know, their wedding dress is supposed to be really long down the aisle. David Lorca's scarf, longer.
It actually kept growing throughout the night as well. I actually
Weird,
felt
that.
like he'd go sort of ringside and his grandma would keep knitting for him.
Vitali there, not long ago, seemed to jump on a woman and beat the crap out of her in broad daylight, videoed.
Probably a prank, Brian.
And yet still makes it into the country.
Probably a prank. What a
Weird.
prankster.
And you're looking at him thinking, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
The guy punches like a girl.
Exactly. I don't even think he punches like a girl.
That's not fair to women. Sorry, I do apologise. But you know.
He punches like a slap. He slaps.
It was just bad.
Don't be angry, Brian. We get another great view of David Lorca's
Wow,
scarf.
that scarf though.
It's growing.
Oh my God.
There was a lot that went wrong and very little that went right.
It made me realise like, I don't know if I ever want to do anything like that again. When we started, like, it was bad production. There was elements of it that were bad, but like the fights were good. People took it seriously.
Yeah.
Entertainment was good.
Good spirit.
It was just fucking shocking.
You could actually feel like the bad vibes coming through the screen on this
Literally,
event. Like,
I think Joe Weller, who was commentating at one point, was talking about like getting up and leaving or something.
Yeah.
Like, it was an embarrassment, that show.
Deji, I'm disappointed. That's honestly how I feel, man. Like, how are you going to win a fight against a taller fighter on the outside? You just stayed on the outside range. You rarely went in. And then whenever you did go in, you would just ruin all your hard work by holding. Like, when it comes to fighting a taller fighter, you have to take one punch to give two. That's just it. That's just what you have to deal with. You have to slip inside to get in range. You have to outwork him. Where was the overhands? Where was the body work? Where were the hooks?
Absolutely spot on. I know a few people thought that JJ was being harsh here. You don't know boxing. Maybe he shouldn't be doing this in public, whatever. Like, Deji and JJ have always had a public relationship. They've always been like that. And this needs to be said because Deji's putting out videos that are completely delusional. Someone needs to hold him accountable in public. He's giving him bang on advice here.
You literally did nothing but avoid punches. Like, did you actually think you would win by just doing that?
I think he did. Like, judging by his own video, he's like, I looked so cool. Fucking hell is this guy like being taught?
It's funny because Deji probably goes into his first session after and Daly genuinely goes, "You were awful." And he goes, "Like a brother to me."
I just don't understand. How are you going to lose your redemption fight to Alex Wassabi, man? This guy is literally a child in a grown man's body.
Does he fight an actual child next?
No, what about that fella from Russia, the little one?
Oh, Hasbullah.
Could just sort of hold him.
He'll probably get on the inside and outwork him.
Deji, tell me, how are you going to lose weight, get fitter, and still throw less punches than you did when you were fat?
Deji will fight again though, so we all look forward to that. And sure, we'll all be live streaming it.
Do you know the one fight I would watch from Deji? It would be Joe Weller. That is redemption meets redemption.
Speaking of famous siblings, Kim Kardashian has given us all some great advice.
Get your fucking ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
You fucking...
It's when they pan out and she's like full in leather.
Yeah.
Like all dolled up in makeup and doing her work. You know when you're talking about work, are you talking about having work done? Because you've had a fuck ton, babe.
Absolutely. Get all that work done.
You know?
Nobody wants to work these days.
That's so true.
What I love is all the other sisters
So
go,
true.
that's so true.
That's so true.
You have to surround yourself with people that want to work. Have a good work environment where everyone loves what they do because you have one life. No toxic work environments. And show up and do the work.
You know when she's saying show up and do the work, she's using the most broad term because she's like, I have no fucking clue what regular people do for work. Like imagine her going into like Amazon delivery service and giving that speech out.
Can you guys all just do some fucking
Stop
work,
being fucking
please?
toxic.
You guys are fucking
Do
working.
the fucking work. Love what you do. When you put that box over there, I want you to love it. You're in a dead-end job. You better love it. I am not saying that, you know, Kim Kardashian doesn't have a work ethic of some sort, but she lives a life of luxury where she can pick and choose only the things she enjoys and then throws herself into them, from fashion, modeling, criminal law, and all the other stuff that she's been involved in her life. She is so privileged. This sort of Molly May Kim K advice, a bullshit that they keep coming out with, where you just see how removed from reality. You get to take pictures for your Instagram all day. That's your life.
Yeah.
Do you understand? The rest of us, nah, not a fucking chance.
From the start, we decided that we always wanted to be really open and honest to who we are.
So open and honest, by the way, that they edited what was days and days of their lives down to half-hour episodes.
When we would film tough episodes that were really about our life, whether it was breakups or...
Multiple producers have come out of your show and said that you constantly misled people on what actually happened on set. They said you treated your staff terribly and that very often your expectations of production were wildly unethical. And as long as I say I'm authentic, therefore I am authentic.
breakups or transitions or things that other people might be having a hard time dealing with at home.
I know I can really relate. You know, when my dad transitioned into a woman, it made it much easier for me that they'd been through that.
Absolutely so, yeah.
Dad, sorry, I mean, Mom, we're here for you.
We're all here for you. We're all here for you, Michelle.
If that changed the way that reality TV is, you know, viewed or seen as being really helpful and informational, I think that makes me proud.
No one ever watches
when
reality
I watch
TV.
RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, I think to myself,
What
need to learn something
information I'm
from
getting
these queens. The only thing you're learning is how to put makeup on, I want to say.
And pad your ass.
Absolutely. There she is, just looking so real.
She's just so natural.
She's so real in the way she portrays
She's
herself.
literally having fat sucked out of her belly and injected into her arse. That's why her legs are skinny and her arse cheeks are big. Do you know how many women with big arses have tiny little matchstick legs like that? None of them.
None of them, yeah.
Unless they've had this done.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't get surgery.
No.
But this woman has lied and lied and lied about what she's had done for over a decade.
And I think something that we've always stayed true to is that we want to film really what we're going through.
Let's hear from Khloe Kardashian, someone who literally seeds things in the press so that you don't hear the bad news about her. Here's the mad thing about this. Caitlyn Jenner is the realest one of all these people.
She's the only one actually living the truth.
The truth.
And by the way, also the only one with any fucking real talent.
Right.
The woman at the time, won a fucking decathlon.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard that is?
Do you know what? That's real fucking
beast
talent.
had to fucking be better than every fucker else at 10 events.
Yeah.
I watched a documentary about this person.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
So
And do you know what happened to that man at the time turned woman later? They fucking ruined him. And I'm not saying ruined him by turning him into a woman.
Right.
I mean, you can see this strong champion just wither away in the same way we've seen happen to Kanye. If I'm being honest, these people aren't good.
What's important to remember is we've been able to shine a really bright light on issues like the homeless situation in Los Angeles.
She is pure evil. She's the worst of the worst.
Kanye
If
called
we
her
were talking Disney characters, she'd be the octopus woman in The Little Mermaid.
I think we've learned a good balance of boundaries over the years, starting
Don't get
with
me
Courtney.
started on boundaries.
That's a
Being
Courtney
the
question.
queen of boundaries.
We've all had boundaries down the years. My boundary stops at releasing a sex tape in public and letting you all watch it, so I got famous.
I think I definitely started the boundaries conversation, but I think it's like boundaries within even like how to balance like filming and then
She literally is just describing what a boundary is. That drummer fella who's with her, it's a good job he's hard of hearing. That's just...
knowing that like we need to work out in the morning before we kind of start our day, like all the things to survive.
She's a trailblazer.
She's a trailblazer. We need to work out in the morning. She is a trailblazer.
You know what I mean?
This woman might eat breakfast before 12 a.m. She's blazing a trail. Other women are pretending to be things that they aren't for a lot of money, and it turns out that men will pay you a lot of money if they can then toss off over whatever content it is that you make. I wish that men masturbated to our content. Seriously, let me know if you do.
There's one or two.
Say you're of age right now and like, you know, perfectly legal. I'm going to encourage you just to pull your cock out, give it a little stroke. Go on.
Will it help if I touched him?
What if I did that? Big man, you must have had a long day. You're a giant. Well, it turns out that this woman makes a lot of money from pretending to be a giant.
I actually do feel like I've missed a trick here. Do you know what I'm saying?
You don't need to pretend.
Like, out of me and this 5'5" girl or whatever she is,
yeah,
she's the one making money off of being a giant.
Right, no, but you're the dumb fuck because you didn't pick up.
I really am a giant.
Yeah, exactly. She said she has been asked for all sorts of things, from pictures of her feet to eating videos, and to pretend to be a giant. I've had invites to people's weddings, which is a bit strange. That is a bit weird, because basically when you turn up to that wedding, that man then goes, oh, I toss off over you. So there is like a giant fetish online, you know, that people are basically, they want to see a big woman's vagina or a big woman's boobs, and they think that would be like sexy.
Okay, so that ain't purely what she gets asked for.
No, she gets lots of requests.
She's just a normal OnlyFans girl, basically.
Correct.
But made a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly.
But one of them is her pretending to be a giant, and they've used a picture where, and here she is, being a giant. It's like, no, she's just in her bedroom.
She's literally, yeah, exactly.
She's looking out the window.
Yeah, I don't know whether she like buys little cars and stuff and then sort of picks them up and eats them or like does something with it. This woman is like a modern day myth.
How do you pretend to be a giant?
You basically just put lots of small things around you, and I imagine, you know, like these OnlyFans, they do like individual videos for people, that sort of thing. So they'll go, yeah, I hear that your sex fetish is giants, so I've made myself huge and now I'm huge in this video. And then the man sort of, you know, knocks one out to it for ages, and all these other guys go, well, if he finds it sexy, I might too. Here we go. Wow, I might become an OnlyFans girl.
Maybe just hold that thought, because there's a new article.
Creepy stalker lived in OnlyFans model attic and came out at night to film her.
He acquired her keys and made identical versions, which meant he could enter the property whenever he wanted.
Can I just say, the details in the article are fucking incredible. You know, if he hadn't have made an identical version of her key, the key wouldn't have worked.
So basically, she'd go to sleep oblivious, and this little piggy would come out of the attic.
Oh my God.
And beat off to her naked body as she slept. All I'm saying is, you're more likely to encounter weird fucks by being on OnlyFans than if you worked in a library. I'm not saying you shouldn't do OnlyFans, but it is a bit more risky.
The guy first claimed to have broken into the home to retrieve a TV and fireplace he bought as a present.
Well, this is the problem, man, when you've got Amazon wish lists, right? You are letting freaks online buy shit for you. That makes you weird too. I like to know where my money comes from. And that's what happens where men like this start to feel ownership.
Yeah.
He starts to feel like, well, I got you this, therefore I might just take it back.
Yeah.
I know. I'm going to want to know where she lives now. Any excuse. Because he's a nutter.
He claimed the OnlyFans model wanted a man to be obsessed with her and stalk her. Right.
Part of being in that online world is you need your regulars. You need money to keep coming in. You need to develop somewhat relationships with these people who are watching you on a daily basis. How else does the business model work? You need someone who's a bit fascinated by you to keep coming back, to keep paying the money, because it's a monthly subscription service. I'm not saying that makes it all right for someone to stalk someone. I'm saying the likelihood of it happening is higher than if you do a normal job. And if you're ignorant of that, in the words of Kim Kardashian, welcome to the real world. She had fucking stalkers. Do you know what I mean? Former UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Cain Velasquez, has been arrested on attempted murder. This is a guy who is a bit of a hero to me, to be honest. One of my favourite fighters of all time. A bad motherfucker, but a good motherfucker. Pretty much a clean criminal record and you know, upstanding family man. And out of nowhere, I'm like, attempted murder? Cain Velasquez. This didn't fit. It didn't add up. And it turns out some sick piece of shit was allegedly abusing his daughter at PlayStation school. You know, the girl's like 4 years old, and not just his daughter, other children there. The paedophile was arrested and then bailed because apparently he wasn't a danger to the public. A man who allegedly sexually abused this child over 100 times was allowed bail. Then let that sink in and think about her dad was one of the toughest men ever to walk this earth, right? A man who beat the living fuck out of Brock Lesnar in 1 round. So Cain Velasquez does what any man with a set of balls would do, and he went looking for him, found him on the highway, driving after him. The guy's dad was driving him away from Cain Velasquez in the getaway car. Cain Velasquez opens fire, lands a bullet in the dad, and unfortunately didn't kill the paedophile. And now Cain Velasquez is in prison and not being allowed bail and potentially doing 10 to 15 years for what I think is like a temporary insanity thing. You know, you found out your child, the person you love more than anything else in this world, is being abused, and you want to kill that motherfucker, and yet you'll probably do more time than he will. Yeah. That's how fucked this world is. I know, like, legally we can't advocate vigilantism, but at the same time there has to be common sense in the law at some point. The guy's daughter was abused and he went looking for him. You got to take into account the fact that his criminal record was exemplary beforehand. To treat him worse than the original offender when what he did to me is the worst, sickest thing in this world, it's staggering where we are. And I feel like really bad about this. Like, I'm looking at Cain Velasquez, right? This is a man who to me is a hero. Like, he wanted to defend his daughter. He knew the risks. He knew, I'm going to prison and I'm going to kill him anyway. Do you understand where his head was at? Like, there's crimes of passion, there's temporary insanity. Like, surely they have to be lenient with this guy. This is fucking heartbreaking. This is a Hall of Fame athlete here. This isn't, I know he's a fighter and he's a UFC guy and people think they're animals. This is a really good dude. He fought for a living, but the guy was like an amateur wrestler before then, high school all-star athlete, like a good community guy. Like, this really fucks me up because I think any man out there with a set of fucking balls on him would probably do the same thing. You know, it's like lock us all up then. Do you know what I mean? Because it's outrageous that he's going to do more time in prison than the guy who's the actual offender here, who's the real piece of shit.
Yeah, that's where I think the justice system needs to be looked at, isn't it? Because this guy really has ruined someone's life. And Cain Velasquez is as much
Cain
as we
Velasquez
don't
is a bit
endorse
of a victim here in a sense, because he wasn't just sitting there watching TV and thought, oh no, I'm just going to go and shoot some fucker. There was cause here. This was provoked. Heavily provoked in the worst way possible. This man is lucky Cain didn't get his hands on him because it would have been worse than a bullet in the head. It's fucked, man.
Some of you remember we do a lot of food reviewers down the years. I'll be honest, I've never heard of this guy, but he's really famous. Nicardo Avocado. He started doing mukbangs when he was younger and was very in shape. And over the years, he's slowly become less and less and less in shape.
Can I see one from when he first started, just so I've got context before I see him?
Not a bad looking guy.
I'd say he looks about your build in terms of like slenderness.
Sure, he's quite slender. He's quite
In terms of like your body fat, he looks about similar to you.
Similar to that, right.
Whoa.
That's him now.
Is that the same guy with it?
I haven't made a video for about 1 week now, and I have my reasons for that.
So he comes across as quite like a mild-mannered, quite a chill guy there.
Oh! SpaghettiOs! I just got back from the doctors. I'm a doctor lady.
What's really weird is he's gone the other way.
Yeah.
Most YouTubers start off really fucking annoying and eventually they like calm down
Become
a bit.
A human, yeah.
He was actually pretty chill before. I don't know why he's putting this act on, but it's weird.
I walked in, I sat on the chair, and I sit down on the chair, and the chair goes like there's an earthquake. She says, "You're too big for the chair." Excuse me, lady.
So anyway, he has like these little monologues at the start of the video, which are basically, as far as I can work out, they seem like some sort of fetish-based stuff, where it's kind of basically him going, I've been shamed for my weight. After that, he then does this. What are we watching?
Hi, everyone. Hey.
Now this is the main video.
Is she his mother or something?
No, she's just a friend of his.
I'm here with Hungry Fat Chick.
Now, if you call your kid Hungry Fat Chick, there's only one way they're going.
Today, we're going to be weighing ourselves on camera. Yes.
Oh, they're going to weigh themselves? Mm-hmm. I'm fascinated to know what they weigh, by the way.
I'm morbidly fascinated as much as he's morbidly obese.
I like bigger women, right? I think I've been quite open and honest about that.
And that's fine.
I like thick women.
Yeah.
When you hit a certain point, though, and it becomes really unhealthy, that's where I feel uncomfortable. Not in a judgmental way, like, you know, we've all seen plenty of fat people at this point. Like, it's more just in a, like, you're gonna regret this on your hospital bed kind of way, where it's like, and I feel the same way, by the way, when I see someone who's abnormally skinny and they look like they're struggling on a mental health level.
Nutritionally,
I look at them in the same exact way. I think dangerous, worrying. Like, I'm hardly the best fucking picture of health ever, but it freaks me out a bit. I'm like, I'm watching someone dying in front of me right now.
Right.
It freaks me out this a bit.
And we have some party supplies ready because we might be hitting an official milestone.
Yep.
Official milestone? Do they mean like they're trying to lose weight or something?
No, they're trying to gain weight.
Gain what?
Okay. Short arms, y'all.
Draper in this. Oh, the queen has arrived. The queen.
I like her laugh. I'll give her that. She's got a very attractive laugh.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're having a celebration because I might finally hit a special milestone.
You can see your dick again.
Which is, want to tell them the number?
350 pounds, y'all.
He actually looks unhappy and like unhealthy in his face. Do you know what I mean?
As someone who's like, I struggled with my weight, you know,
Yeah.
for years, and I'm trying to get down. I could be 350 in about a month. Like, give me a month of just not running at all, I'll be 350. So for him to like celebrate this, it's like weird for me. I'm like, I'm trying so hard to get my weight down, and you've got this guy eating up, being like, I just got to keep eating. I just got to keep going. I'm like, I'm kind of jealous on one hand, but like, I know how horrible my body is built to carry weight. His really isn't. I remember carrying 350 and thinking, fuck me, I feel it. Feel heavy as fuck. It's not good. He must feel terrible.
I feel like he gets some sort of sexual.
Do you think men who, like, because I feel like he's probably gay?
Yes, he's gay. Yeah. He used to have a partner he used to eat with.
I just wonder if there's men out there who prefer a cuddly teddy bear guy.
Well,
maybe that's part of it, you know?
Yeah, there's like an almost feminine quality to him where he's got like boobs and he's quite round. Anyway, they're about to weigh themselves on some scales that can speak.
Okay.
Oh my God, watching her stand up, bro. I feel fucking terrible for her.
Yeah.
Like, for regular people who can just stand up out of their bed and it's not a problem, we all just take that for granted. This woman just stood up as if she was squatting, and it's because she is. She's squatting however many pounds and her body is not built for that. She could be half her weight and still be overweight. Look at that, just a step in front of the one. This reminds me of strongman, you know, when they do the farmer's walk and they carry all of that, and just putting one foot in front of the other is a workout. Do you know how easy it would be for her to lose weight though? Like, literally just do a little bit of walking, eat one less pizza a day. To carry that kind of weight, she must be taking on so many calories just to keep that weight up. Even just while lying in your bed, you have to eat so much. This is an effort. Like, that's probably why they're celebrating. Her belly, it's gone beyond being a belly, and it's now just like,
it's another body part.
It really is. It's just like a growth, isn't it? It's the artist formerly known as her belly now.
Exactly.
It's become another human.
It's just a symbol. Honestly, I get that there is a very obvious reason why she is this weight, and I bet there are a lot of men that pay a lot of money to watch this woman.
I guarantee that's part of it. You can tell just looking at her, she probably gets naked on the webcam, and men are like, oh,
men are like, yeah, you love it. You're trapped in your bed, and I'm your master. That sort of
I'll
bullshit.
feed you.
Right,
and all
yeah.
of that.
453.2 pounds.
Yay!
453.2, I think.
453
I feel like throwing up.
pounds.
Do you remember the Big Show in the wrestling? He was that.
Yeah.
He was 7 foot. He was the man.
He was built for that shit.
He was like massive. He was a giant. He was a literal giant.
Oh my goodness. I am so proud of you.
That's awesome.
And then we're in this little support group, which is sort of quite a toxic kind of.
Like, this is not healthy. Like, that's like literally, right? You've got an alcoholic who's on the brink of death, and you're like clapping them.
I'm so proud of you.
Like, that's not a good friend, that, like.
No.
That's fucking insane.
And now they're going to eat bowls and bowls and bowls of hot noodles.
Oh, yep, cheese is on the bottom. Oh, I see it.
I wish I could feel this level of happiness about anything in my day.
She's starving.
Starving. Starving Marvin.
You're a lot of things, Pat. Starving is not one of them.
You know, when you're bigger though, do you get hungry quicker? Obviously, because your body's sort of constantly doing the workout.
Yeah, but that's the diabetes. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
okay,
it's literally her blood sugar levels dropping because she's so used to just intense calories.
Do you think she has diabetes? She almost definitely has.
Yeah, 100%. But like what we're talking about, someone who has probably in the region of 15,000 calories per day. Are we the only ones wondering about what comes later? Because she's eating the hottest thing possible.
Yeah.
Her arse cheeks are going to be almost glued shut. Like, how is this functioning? Does she have a helper? Like, how does she spread her cheeks in order to even go? Do you know how people have back scratchers?
Right.
She must have some sort of like thing.
Yeah, which sort of goes.
You know, like Japanese toilets are like mega fucking. Right. She's probably just got some.
Sorry, do these two actually make it through these?
Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Her body is now accustomed to so many calories. Like, she can just eat and eat and eat. She's almost like an athlete in a weird way.
Right, yeah.
Can we look at her wish list out of interest? Because I think this is fascinating.
Self-therapeutic bamboo back scratcher.
I might actually add that to my cart.
Yeah.
That's a real good shout, that.
Add it to your wish list.
Yeah. Just let us know in the comments, and this will be a good way of finding out if you watch to the end. If I had an Amazon wish list, would you buy me stuff? I'm not saying I'm gonna. I'm just more interested.
Well, there's a 7.5-inch resin skull with astrology engravings. Your astrology says...
I'm glad you went resin skull with that. I was worried it was going to be something else. Although, with the size of her, you do think, what kind of man would actually be able to reach the fucking G-spot? You've got a lot of fucking cheeks to get through.
Right, yeah.
Like, there's a lot of cushion before you can even get to the fucking entry point. I want to see if she's done, like, the nudie stuff and that. Yeah, she's done it.
Yeah?
She's done it all. She's done it all.
At some point, though, the belly gets way
I was
bigger
kind of hoping she was just in it for the food.
Yeah.
But it turns out she's in
saying.
it for the cock as well.
Wow. You've clicked the first thing that popped up there, haven't you?
The good thing is she's still sitting on the couch, so she's remained loyal to sort of the way she eats everything. But
She'll still eat that and do your sausage, won't she? Don't need to see that, and I know what you're going to try and do. So, not for me. I'm good.
See that?
Thank you. I'm good. Don't need to look at that, so...
Am I wrong here, right? I just want you to say this once. Does she suck a dick? It's the same way she eats food.
Absolutely.
It looks exactly the same.
She's nailed that there. She's nailed that.
You wouldn't even notice the difference, really.
That's true news today. Turns out there are fat people in the world while there's war going on. Is that moral or just? Let us know in the comments below.
Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more true news. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.